viewer. I'm Rise, and I'm going to be commentating this match for you, and just for you, because you're probably watching this alone. Here we're going to see NaDa versus SangHo. And SangHo is in the top right corner, which is, I guess, the 1:30 o'clock position. And he's playing against NaDa, who's in the 7 o'clock position. And it's going to be a nice little Protoss versus Terran match, which should be pretty exciting. I kind of like Blue Storm because of its quirky setup. It's tough to get through the little choke outside of the natural expansion. You kind of have to go around with larger units, and it just allows for some slightly more creative play. We'll see if either of these players actually do any of that. I don't know yet. But should be fun. So we got purple versus red, and if you follow the color theory at all, it would suggest that purple would beat red. Hopefully that's not the case, because I said this last commentary because I like watching NaDa win, and we'll see what actually happens. NaDa being the red Terran, of course, and SangHo being the purple Protoss. He's I don't know what that says in Korean. Terran Sudar. Crazy Koreans. I don't know. I don't know what to say about them. There's my friend NaDa over there, you know, pimping it out. And SangHo is not, because he's not as cool, and I don't know who he is, so I'm kind of going to root for NaDa. But anyway, SangHo putting down the first gateway. He's actually doing that outside of his main towards his natural expansion, which is kind of cool. Usually you see Protoss players build inside their main, or try to create some wall. He's actually set up to defend against that ramp, which is kind of clever, and stealing NaDa's gas. So attempting to slow NaDa down a bit with that cheese move, which personally I like to do. And it's a pain for the Terran because they got to pull SEVs off the line if they want to start getting gas for a factory. We'll see how NaDa handles it. Oh man, SangHo canceling that and recreating it, the assimilator. That is lame, except still really cool. Wow, look at that white guy in Korea. I like how they always zoom in on the white guy. It doesn't make much sense, but hey, I'd go there if I could. And let's see if he tries to cancel and make that again. It looks like he is. Oh no, NaDa's too quick for him this time. Thankfully, good thing for NaDa, because any more of that, and he'd have to go a bio build, which isn't so great against Protoss. SangHo not opting to go gas yet, though, actually. Still harassing a bit with his probe. Not getting much done, but still harassing. Coming in with a Zealot. NaDa's SEV is going to see that Zealot, so he'll be semi-prepared to handle a micro versus the Zealot. And microing even 3 Marines versus Zealot is kind of difficult. It's a lot of micromanagement. You got to focus a lot on it. You got to basically click on the little Marine and walk him away, and click on the other one, walk him away, click on the other, walk away, and do that rinse and repeat. And with the probe, that's just going to help attack the Marines. Oh, except he's going to lose that probe, so never mind. And now the Zealot, realizing that he's going to get ripped apart by the Marines, is retreating to fight for another day, and sending in another Zealot to probably try to fight against 3 Marines, assuming he's not making anymore, but of course he is. And he's actually making an academy, so he is kind of going a bio build. Wow, that is uncommon but awesome. I love to see different play strategies other than the traditional tank vulture, because that deck is boring. And you know, tank vulture push, mine, turret, mine push, turret push, mine push. So it's kind of nice to see a little deviation from that strategy. SangHo seems to be taking advantage of that by going for a quick expansion. Not getting a 3rd barracks, so he's serious. He's committed to this. He's got a ComSat going down, and he's using his SCVs to help protect against the Zealot rush. He's got a medic out, which is getting in trouble, but no, he's going to get out of the way. And now he's got, with that medic, he's going to be able to probably fight off these Zealots. Not before they take out a couple SCVs building barracks, but you know. Oh, and he's got stim now, so he's definitely going to be able to handle this. And he's got 2 medics. The Zealots are not going to be able to handle that. They're going to continue to try to harass. No, it looks like they're leaving. In the meantime, SangHo is getting a forge. Now, a forge is a pretty good idea against Marines. They cannons really tear them apart until they get range. And if they don't get range, forget it. I mean, they just get eaten alive by those cannons. Medics or not, it doesn't matter. It's pretty much 2 shots for a cannon to take them out. And when you have zealots on the front line blocking and taking shots and making shots, you basically can't get through with just medic marines. You got to get some tanks. So now let's see how NaDa handles this. That cannon is not going to be in yet, but with all those zealots, I'm very doubtful that he's actually going to be able to push in before that cannon gets made. I think he realizes the same. He's just going to hang out outside of that little narrow entrance to SangHo's base. SangHo now making a cybernetics core. I don't necessarily think he's going to go goons, because medics marines can do pretty well against goons as well. It's not until you get to the speed upgrade of zealots, goons, ranged goons, before you start doing some damage. And he may end up having to go storm, to be honest. So putting some more cannons down, because he sees that NaDa is still pumping out these marines, which I'm impressed. NaDa is one committed guy, and letting the probe come in to do some scouting. I guess he's more worried about getting his men to SangHo's base, and not going to worry so much about the scout. The scout's just going to I guess it's not really telling him anything he doesn't know anyway, except for he's not getting tanks, which is prompting him to load up on those cannons. And that's going to pose a little bit of an issue for NaDa unless he can get those tanks. Getting a citadel, I'm wondering, well, I'm not going to make any guesses yet what he's going. And NaDa just sitting outside his base, containing him, doing a pretty good job of containing him. Now it looks like he's got range, so he's going to take out maybe that gateway and maybe that shield battery without being hit by any cannons. So that's going to hurt, because right now SangHo, I think, only has the 1 barracks. And now getting a proxy factory, that is awesome. NaDa, you are awesome. And he's probably just going to pump out some tanks and take care of those cannons. And if he takes out that gateway, SangHo's going to be in a lot of trouble. Now getting a Templar archive and more gateways, so he's gonna have production back up and running pretty soon. But with only 1 gateway, he's not gonna be able to pump out many men in the meantime, and he may be in trouble before then. Also, oh, look at that. The zealots are coming out, but he's got enough marines where he's got them on a double front. And you know what? He is fully contained right now. And unless he goes some sort of dropship, I don't see him getting out anytime soon. This is a pretty effective contain, and I'm pretty impressed, to be honest. I'm surprised that NaDa is pulling off a bio build. He's got a couple SCVs down there. Looks like he's building a turret. Yeah, a couple turrets. I guess he's expecting dropships, and that's pretty clever, because if you had a dropship, if you were to drop